I'm just say something on the podcast. I'm your host, Rick Reese. This is co-host, John. What up, John?
What up? How are you?
Still very hungry. I had to eat this pie real quick. I didn't expect the recording to start immediately.
Y'all, I just want you guys to be aware and pray for Rick Reese today because he is going through a struggle.
No, I was trying to tape outside on the porch because it felt real good out here, but it was so windy that you can't even hear my voice. So I don't want to tape in the house today. So I'm just in my car chilling, taping here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tape it in a new location every week. You never know where I'm gonna tape at. Just
kind of like how I have a little background every week.
Yeah. Let me turn the Wi-Fi off real quick because my connection keeps getting lost. So here we go. You still hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get started, we got the usual plugs. Got your beer. You got your man. Order some of that beard balm, beard oil from Miss B's Shiznit line. Your boy's face is on it. It works. I know you see Josh's beard popping. I know you see my beard popping. And get some. We got the T-shirt. We got the Say Something Else podcast candles. We got the Say Something Else podcast coffee mugs. We got more stuff coming up soon. Get my book, Ultra Malik. I know it was a crazy episode last week. Hopefully y'all watched it and y'all repented.
I actually bought one of the mugs. I got it today, but I failed because I forgot to bring it in to tape it right now. But it's nice, y'all. It's a nice little mug. Little merg.
Good. I can't wait. I'm gonna get mine pretty soon. I'll definitely be using that every morning when I drink my coffee for work.
Do you live in Texas and you ain't getting yours yet?
Not yet. I haven't got it yet. I just placed a big order for beard oil and stuff like that, so Ms. B gonna have to wait. I ain't.
Is this the first bad review? Wow.
No, I didn't say nothing about no bad review. I said I placed a big order. I spent a lot of money on these products, so you had to wait until these coins rebuild themselves. We have to wait for that stimmy. Oh, speaking of the money, we got a new stimmy coming at the end of this month. Joe Biden stimmy just passed today. Yes, let's go.
Run me my check. What'd you say?
I said I'm gonna need my tax return too. I hope the tax return and the stimmy hit at the same time because your boy ain't gonna be balling out.
What's the first thing you're gonna buy with your stammy?
I don't know. Probably some tires for my car, and then in stock a PlayStation 5, definitely.
That's like be in stock.
You know, it actually wasn't. So I got a notification yesterday. It came in stock. I'm just sitting here waiting on my money, and I guarantee as soon as I get my money, it's not gonna be in stock for months. And then when my money run out, they're gonna magically be in stock again because that's how it works.
How much do they cost? Again,
it depends. I was going to get the cheaper one, the digital version, because I don't need like the Xbox I have now. I don't use disc anymore. It's just all digital. And it's cheaper. For the digital PS5, it's like $399. For the regular one, I think it's $599.
Dang.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more powerful. It has a little bit more features in the digital one, but I'll gladly give up those to save the $200 and be discless.
I mean, that's the disc one. The digital one's still a lot though. That plus the tires, your stimmy is gone.
But I mean, it's more than just a game system. It literally does. It's literally everything. So it's your 4K Blu-ray player and all that stuff too. So whatever. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into today. Today we got a one-topic show. We're gonna talk about self-care today. There's a lot that goes into self-care. A lot of people may not know what self-care is or how to take care of yourself. So we just want to, touch on that today, and hopefully these tips and everything that we discussed today will help you guys out.
Yeah, I know we did a men's mental health episode a while back when Ms. B was still on the podcast. She missed that episode. It was one of her many episodes she missed. Just kidding. But it's slightly different, and you'll see like self-care is a little bit different. It like plays into mental health. It's like one of the aspects of it that we're going to talk about today. We just figured it'd be kind of different to switch it up this week and talk about that.
Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First topic. I just want to give people a definition of what self-care means to me, and then if you want to expand on what it means to you. To me, self-care basically is like promoting a healthy and like functional set, or excuse me, a functional and healthy um like best version of yourself. Like people say living your best life, that's what it means to me is for self-care.
Living my best life.
Yeah, it's like and that's like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, like everything. That's what it means to me. I try as hard as I can to take care of all those aspects so that way I'm in tip top shape when it comes to self-care. What does it mean to you?
I mean, I really don't. Stupid.
Go ahead.
To me is beating bitches down like you who try to interrupt. I'm just playing. I mean, I really wouldn't even expound on it much other than that. I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head, and I agree with you. And self-care is like doing mindful things to make sure that your physical health and mental, emotional health is running smoothly. It can be, we'll expand upon it, but it can be like physical things. It can be things you enjoy, just different things that really cater to that. You got to take care of yourself. There's a lot of people out there that love taking care of other people that are take care of their friends or family and always willing to lend their help, but don't really take care of themselves first. And you can't really help anyone else if you don't take care of yourself.
Exactly. And I feel like this brings us to our next point, that like self-care is something that is largely neglected by a lot of people. They don't take the time to do those things to provide the self-care for them, and they're just basically running on fumes, going through the motions of life. And I feel it's also looked down upon, like at jobs, like they give you all this PTO time and stuff, but they want you to use it for like vacations or like emergencies like that, and not just taking a day off just because you don't feel like doing anything, or just taking a day off because you just want to recharge. Like I feel just now that is starting to become more accepted as of a reason of taking days off. Me, I've always never just made excuses. Like I used to tell my boss, like I want to when I put in a day, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not coming in. I'm gonna use my time day. They like something wrong. I'm like, no, I just don't feel like coming in. Like I don't owe you an explanation or anything on why I'm coming in. The fact is, if I have the time, I'm using it. So I don't. Like it's a courtesy. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm just glad that that's starting to become more accepted. Especially, it's sad that it took COVID and lockdowns for people to start taking these days for themselves. And I feel like every day's a mental health or a self-care day these days.
I mean, for real though, like that's real talk. No, I mean, I've never like been that afraid to use PTO and stuff like that. Like that's what we have it for. Like I've never been one to be like, oh no, I need to save it. I'm not going to take vacations ever at all. But I mean, I wasn't as fearless as you, just saying no. I just want a day off. But like people shouldn't be even. When you think about it, we shouldn't be afraid or worried to say it like that, because like that's why they give it to us. That's why they give us those days. Like what are they going to do? They can't fire you for that.
They can do nothing. And then it's like some of these jobs, they give you all this time, but then they still don't want you to use it for vacations. It's like they got an attitude, or you got to jump through hoops just to use time that like y'all gave it to me. And regardless if I have the time or not, if I need to get off, I'm gonna get off.
Or like a lot of jobs they have a lot of jobs out there that only let a small amount of people be out on a certain day. Like a ridiculously small amount where like you feel like you can barely even use the day.
Yeah, like 2 people out at a time. Well, that's your failure as a company to only be having that many people hired. I mean, y'all make all this money. Y'all can't afford. Y'all broke. Can't afford to have people get their day off more than 2 people. That's sad. And I've been at jobs like that, and that's just ridiculous. Not my problem. Oh well.
I mean, it is true that self-care, that is a form of self-care, taking time off. Like you don't want to be overworked. Like you just run out of steam. You can't focus. Like these jobs are always going to be there.
Yeah.
But are you?
Nope. And trust and believe that when you ain't there, they're gonna replace you with no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, just like that, they probably already got your replacement anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So tip number 1, don't be afraid to take time off from your job and don't overwork yourself. And I'd say that applies to even taking breaks at your job. Like I've known many people in jobs that, in some of my jobs, that they barely even take a break because they're so focused on the work. Like I I appreciate the work ethic, but work ethic does not mean don't take breaks or don't take your lunch. Like one thing about James, one thing about one thing about Ja is he gonna take a break.
And one thing about Rick, he gonna take his lunch. You see these titties? I ain't get this from starving on breaks. No, we eating over here, okay?
These biddies.
These tatties.
These tatties. Tatties and patties.
Well, I also feel like not only is taking breaks from your job a necessity, but also taking breaks from if you have like a business that you're running at home or like something that's generating you multiple streams of income, if that's something you can take a break from as well. And even family life. So we all need a break somehow, even if I'm not saying just go out to the store for cigarettes and then just never come back or anything like that.
That's not a break. That's an abandonment.
Yeah, work it out with your significant other or anybody who you need help from to at least get a hour or two to yourself to recharge. Everybody needs some me time, whether it's from work, from family, from a business. So I know a lot of people, and I've done this myself. You at work, at work, driving to work, take an hour. You at work 8 hours of the day or 9 hours if you got an hour lunch, and then you driving home for an hour. That's 11, 12 hours right there. Then you get home and you jump onto the computer and start working again. It's like, nigga.
I hate life. Just kidding. Like seriously, y'all, like life is like pretty stressful, even if you don't have like a ton going on. But like you said, okay, you gotta get up early for work. Take all that time to get ready. You gotta drive to work. You gotta work the whole time. Then you gotta come back home. You gotta plan dinner. You're supposed to work out, get some physical activity. Supposed to clean. Like, dang, you didn't get no time for anything. So make time wherever you can, even if it's just like 10 minutes, 5 minutes even.
Yeah.
I know Ms. B is big on meditation. Like, meditation is not, okay, people think meditation is just like,
chanting stuff.
It's like, it's not really what it is. It's more about like being still and just like focusing on your energy and like just being still and focusing on your thoughts. Maybe you're just being calm. That's really what it is. So like even if it's just 5 minutes of that really does help. I started doing that, but I kind of forget to do it sometimes. But like the times I do, it really does make a difference. You feel a lot more relaxed, a lot more calm after that.
Yeah, and there's different ways you can do stuff like that to de-stress yourself and recharge. We'll go ahead and get into some of those. We'll start with how to take care of yourself physically. Number one, the biggest thing, to me, one of the biggest things is sleep. And stuff that I struggle with because I don't really like sleeping unless I'm like really, really tired. So like I'm getting like, I'd say on average probably about 5 to 6 hours of sleep like a day. Like during the week, on the weekend, it may be a little bit longer since I don't have to get up so early for work. I'll probably get like an additional hour and a half in. But sometimes it's even less than that. Sometimes it's like 4 hours, 4.5 hours of sleep a night. And
that's not enough.
It's really not. But I mean, it's enough for me to function.
Okay,
but eventually over time, that's gonna wear you down. So I mean, people need. I'm not saying you got to sleep 12 hours a day or anything like that, but if you can, at the very least, like a minimum, I think a minimum should be 6 hours, but ideally at least 8 hours would probably be enough to like recharge and not have you feel like sluggish and stuff. Because I know if you sleep too much, sometimes you still feel like groggy throughout the day just because you've been asleep so long. So definitely sleep. And did you have anything to add on to that with sleep?
Just when it comes to sleep, like sometimes, like you said, like you even sleep 8 hours or more, and then you still feel tired and groggy. So like maybe find the right sleeping time for you. Make sure you're not groggy. But even at that, like sometimes I think our pillows and mattresses really contribute to whether you're groggy or not. And find a good pillow. If y'all have any good suggestions, please let me know, because I've been looking for a good pillow. It is hard to find a good pillow out there. I've yet to find one that is like the perfect. Like I get one and then I'm like, oh, this is a nice pillow, and then after a while, it just becomes trash.
Gotta sleep on them tatties. No, I was playing. I'm just joking. No, really, pillows, like, because a lot of people's pillows are like, there's like barely any stuffing in it. It's like you might as well not even use it. It's so thin that there's no purpose. It's probably contributing to like your neck and your back problems and stuff like that. And then on top of that, like the type of mattresses you have, if it's like too low to the ground or like one side sinks in when you like lay down on it or something like that, that can contribute to back problems. And it can, like, if you're constantly waking up and stuff during the night and just not getting comfortable because of that, you're gonna feel it when you wake up in the morning, and you can be like, "Dang, why am I always feeling tired?" Well, that's probably one of the reasons right there.
Right.
And the second reason is probably, like we said earlier, we like to eat. So big people like me, that's a problem. Like your diet needs to be under control.
That is true. Your diet will definitely affect how you sleep and how good you feel as well. As well, like, you know, the older you get, the more need you have for a nap. So don't be afraid to take a nap.
So that's one thing I never did. I never will do really is be a big nap person. Even when we was little, I hated naps. I still don't care for naps too much. Unless I'm like super tired. But
I remember you used to get in trouble for not taking naps. You used to get whooping.
And now my kids don't like to take naps. So
what goes around comes around.
Yeah, but that's okay. We up. Yeah, diet plays a big part into the physical part of self-care. I'm not going to sit up here and be hypocritical and be like, eat your vegetables, because no. But you can eat vegetables, but yeah, you can eat whatever you want, but in moderation. And then also depends on like what time of the day you're eating. You don't want to be eating too late. Like basically, rule of thumbs, right? When I used to follow when I was a little thinner, was like not eating once a Sunday. What?
I said, when was that? Like high school?
Probably.
I was about to say.
Like 20 years ago. Before I was 18, I was playing. But yeah, and exercise too. I mean, a lot of people go to the gym. If you can't go to the gym or afford that or have the time to go to a gym, I mean, it ain't gonna hurt you to do no push-ups or some sit-ups at home, or just go outside and take a walk or a jog. Everybody can do some sort of exercise.
Yeah. Science does show like even getting up and doing a walk, being physical for 10 minutes does lift your mood. There is science behind it, like endorphins flow and everything like that. So that is very true. Even if it's just 10-minute little short walk, you'll always see some kind of improvement, even if it's just for a short time.
Yeah, and the best time is doing it early when you first wake up, because it gets everything flowing and pumping. You'll feel more energetic throughout the day and not as tired and sluggish.
Yeah.
And then if you don't have time to do it at home, if you got your breaks at work or your lunch breaks, you can take little strolls there. When I lived back in Arizona, one of the jobs I was at downtown, that's what I would do. Like during my lunchtime or my break time, sometimes we'll just walk right over down there to Starbucks, or walk to Jamba Juice and then walk back.
See, I can't do that while working. This is a form of my self-care because I would start. I don't even care if it's cold outside. Like I would just start sweating, and for me, like that would just freak me out. Sweating at work, going back in the building, being all sweaty, and trying to cool down. So my self-care is to not exercise.
Well, yeah, in Arizona, you don't do that in the summertime. Trust me, because people like me, I sweat too much, so where my booty is be all wet when you sit down on the chair and leave a wet stain or
streak. A little booty line.
The booty, yeah, you don't want a booty streak on the chair.
I would definitely say another form of like physical self-care is doing skincare as well.
Yep.
I know a lot of people, maybe it's an American thing, but I know a lot of people don't really get into it or really take the time for skincare. And I really feel like it's a valuable thing to do. It doesn't have to take that much time. It doesn't even have to be expensive. There's a lot of stuff out there. Like if you don't want to buy like luxury products or certain products that you feel are too expensive, you can still find like more affordable things out there. I would definitely say get like a toner, an essence, moisturizer, an eye cream, and like a cleanser for the shower. And there you go. Your basics. For me, I know it's like it does. Like sometimes when I actually take the time when I do it, it does make me feel like a little better. Like because it just makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself. And I think that's a form of self-care that you'll find too. Like when you start doing things for yourself, it does kind of make you feel better. So I would say skincare and then making yourself like getting ready, even if you're not doing anything. And that has been a struggle this past year since like quarantine and being home with COVID, not doing anything. Like sometimes just getting ready, like you don't want to even get ready. Like what's the point of getting ready? So I do
Yeah.
understand that, but then like the times I did, I was like, oh, I feel better. Makes you feel good.
See, I just started doing like I did when we was in high school. Even when I wasn't going nowhere, like I used to iron my night clothes sometimes. I used to just floss for nothing, for no reason. I would iron my drawers, get a crease in the drawers, iron my socks. It was so stupid, but if it made you feel like $1,000,000. And Deion Sanders said, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. That don't just apply to sports. That just applies to life too. So, anyway, we'll go ahead and move on to the next way to provide self-care for yourself. It's kind of hard to do it these days with COVID, but definitely socially is a way you can take or practice self-care by spending time with like friends or family. I know it's hard now with the situation going on, but if you can do like video chats or phone calls, or drive-bys or little visits here and there and stuff like that, and keep it safe, or however you feel comfortable doing, that's another form of self-care that I feel is a little underrated. Because when you see friends and family, it makes you feel good, and just being away from people long periods of time, you might have like depression and stuff like that start sitting in. So just if you can, try to do whatever you can based on like what precautions or whatever you're taking. But I feel like that's a good one.
I mean, that's true because being humans, that's scientific. We are social creatures. Like we're not meant to just be alone and just not have contact with anybody. So make the time to do that. Even make the time to do things that you enjoy, even if it's by yourself. Like I know you're talking about being social, but if you can't do things that you enjoy by yourself, take the time to do it. Because I know a lot of times when you get in a rut, you just don't even feel like doing the things that you like. Just force yourself to, and maybe you'll get some enjoyment off of that.
Yeah, and if you get bored, change it up. Because, like, for example, like you said, I love playing video games, and watching movies. But sometimes I turn on the Xbox, and then I like can't even figure out if I even want to play or not. I'd be like looking at all the games. I got like 100+ games just because of like the digital game subscription I have. So it's literally like hundreds of games on there, plus the ones I own. I'm just sitting here like, I don't feel like playing that. I don't know if I want to play that. And then I'll just turn it off, or I'll just leave the Xbox on. Or movies, I'll look through Amazon, I'll look through Netflix, I'll look through Hulu, I'll look through like all these channels that I have all this stuff in my fingertips and can't find nothing and everything. Just not feeling it. If you feel yourself doing that, find something else to do and switch it up to get that little extra boost, so you don't get bored or complacent with stuff.
Go on your little walk we were talking about.
Yeah, just find something, whatever else you enjoy. If you've done everything that you enjoy and you don't enjoy it no more, find something new. The internet's free.
Well, I mean, not really, because you got to pay for it.
It's not free, but Google's free. You know what I mean. And then another one, we talked about this on the mental health one, just different ways to self-care mentally. Have that me time, no matter how short or long it is. Just have that time to yourself, where it's just you, yourself, and I. And if you need to just take a nap or just sit there and reflect on stuff or think or whatever you got to do, just have time for yourself and like we just said, find things to stimulate yourself mentally, whether that's learning something new in life, learning a new skill, learning something that you didn't know, or something that you've been wanting to look into and never had the time. We got time now. Do it.
We definitely got time. That's one thing we got.
For the song, what's that movie? Time is on my side. Yes, it truly is. And then one of the last ones that I feel is probably, I don't know if it's most important, but it's up there in the top two, is to take care of yourself emotionally. I know, especially with COVID and stuff, there's probably everybody got lots of pent up emotions and things that they're not used to, or they still can't come to grips with, or struggling to adapt to. Just find a way and time to process your emotions. If you need to just go outside and just yell or scream or cry or do whatever you got to do, whatever emotion you're feeling, try your best to express it, get it out, and find a way to cope with it. That could be even going to a psychiatrist or just getting on the internet and Googling how to get over, certain types of things or how to adapt and stuff like that. I feel like that's a big one because when people bottle emotions up, bad things happen.
Just there's lots of avenues out there to get help, even if it's not that serious. That isn't like getting mental help or looking for different tactics. Not tactics. What am I thinking? Like
Ways.
Yeah, different ways to improve your mental health or work through things. It's not meant for like life-threatening mental illnesses all the time. You can use it for anything, even if it's something. If you think it's something small, it's never too small to work through it. So just be mindful of what you're feeling. Realize that feelings, even though you feel them, they're not always real. Like you can work through it and just be mindful of what's happening and just accept the moment and move forward. Have an action plan in the moment of how to move forward from feeling like this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I say stuff like that all the time. Like feelings, we're not invalidating feelings. Feelings are real. But just because you feel something, that's an emotion. Emotion goes with the wind. It could be this 1 second, this another second. It's not a concrete fact or evidence. It's just a feeling. That's all it is. But
you're not your feelings. You're not your thoughts either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important to remember that. There's lots of help out there. There's podcasts. You can Google things. There's Oprah Winfrey has good. She's like always like talking about like mental health and stuff. Mental health. I said mental health. That too.
Speaking of Oprah, I'd love to ask her about that ankle bracelet she had on.
What ankle bracelet?
I'll send you the pic after the podcast.
Okay. Wait,
when she did the interview with Meghan Markle, she had an ankle bracelet on. But yeah, just remember, even like he said, it could be something small that you may not think it's a big issue, but just remember, okay, you got a penny, right? A penny is 1 cent, but if you got a car full of pennies, that's a problem. So yeah. the little things add up to become big things. So take care of it when it's small, so that way it doesn't grow into something that's out of control that could have been easily solved way back when. So just be mindful of that.
Yeah, Google mindfulness and you'll see what we're talking about. Like there's what?
No, it's funny how you said that.
Oh, was it? What was funny about it?
I thought you were like joking when you said it.
Oh no, like I'm saying, like people out there, if you want more to find out more about this and really understand it, like just Google mindfulness, and there's a lot of tips out there and like a lot of explaining what it really means. And it might seem hard at first or like a nuisance at first, but it really does help. Like when you start to really use this in your everyday life, just being mindful of your thoughts. Another thing, since we're talking about like dealing with your emotions and stuff like that, more on the negative side. Well, not really negative, but like a suggestion for me that I am trying to work on still. This is a thing that's hard for me. Is try to not get too involved with any negative stuff on social media. So like I do think social media is a great thing. There's a lot of good that comes from it. It's fun. You get to keep up with people you like, follow celebrities and stuff that you like. But like everyone has their like little triggers that they see. Like maybe it's certain news stories or going through like what they call it doom scrolling, where like you just can't stop and you're like looking at all the like the negative stuff that's happening in the world. Doom scrolling, like it's a new thing since social media is new, but like it's important to catch yourself, maybe take a break and like, you know what, I can't keep engaging in that all the time because it does affect your mind. Even if it's not like even if it's not affecting your mind deeply, it still becomes like an annoyance, and like you find yourself talking about it with people, just like fussing out about it. Like just take a break. For me, it's like comments, like comment sections on any place. I don't know why, I just love to read people's comments, see what they think. Like, woo, the internet is like that's full of like trash people with trash comments. I just can't. It like sends me over the edge, and like I sometimes I find myself like doom scrolling through comments. I'm like, okay, I need to quit. It's a weird weakness of mine, and the times where I am mindful of it to not even click on the comments, I find my mental health at that moment really getting better. I'm like, okay, this is good. I need to stop doing that.
I'm the same way. I may not post like on Twitter or like on Facebook when I'm actually allowed on that platform. I usually scroll through and read people's comments. I don't on Facebook I might not comment because they're so sensitive, and I'm pretty sure they'll just spin me for saying hi. But on Twitter, definitely, if I was scrolling through comments, I see something that just bothers me. I'm gonna comment back on it, but I try my hardest not to. But I reserve that for like the stupidest of stupid posts.
Like I know y'all out there have seen me on Facebook trolling people on Facebook comments every now and then. I'm trying not to do it lately. See, even that, like, that was a way for me to like not get mad about it. Like, just troll the haters and like the racist people online. But even that, I was like, okay, maybe I need to stop even doing that as much. Like, these people don't care. Like, it's just still affecting me.
Yeah, they don't care.
It's fun. I'm not gonna lie. Troll them.
The last section that we had for self-care or how to self-care would be spiritually. So I know a lot of people may not believe in like religion or church or anything like that, but if you do, that's a way to take self-care, whether it's going to church or just having a relationship with God or reading your Bible, or it doesn't even have to be like church stuff. If you just want to learn about different religions or just different things like spirituality or astrology and stuff like that, or just stuff about your ancestors or anything like that, just take the time to do that. I try to read about all different types of stuff so I'm knowledgeable on like a whole bunch of stuff. Like I'll never have dead air in a conversation because I know like a little bit about everything. I may not be like an expert on it or anything like that, but I at least know something about something to get the conversation going, to have questions being raised and answered, and it like pushes me to research and learn more. I always try to like learn new stuff. So a lot of times I might think I'm like cuckoo or out there, but I'm
Never.
I'm trying not that. Maybe a little bit, maybe just a little bit, but
No. I'm just kidding.
and then one more thing I want to add on to, that I forgot for the physical part. I know we spoke about eating and stuff like that, but definitely vitamins are a big one and supplements. So if you can, like my thing, I've been taking zinc for years. I think I have like one of the best immune systems known to man. Like I literally never get sick. There's nothing ever wrong with me. So like zinc, elderberry, just the multivitamins have like everything in it. I order those on Amazon like every couple months, and I just take those every single day, and like I don't have any problems.
Yeah, take some Metamucil.
That I know about. Huh?
Take some Metamucil.
Yes,
fiber in your diet as well, but like clean them bowels out. If you take enough Metamucil, you'll wake up the next morning. Get out.
But yeah, did you have anything to add for the spirituality one?
I like when you were talking about like research or culture and stuff like that. I feel like that is a good thing to like a form of self-care is embracing your heritage, where you come from, your culture, even if you feel like maybe you don't connect to it as much for one way or the other. It's still like I feel like it's still a form of self-care to just find out where you come from.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Well, that's all we had for today, unless you had anything else you want to add.
No, just watch Black is King on Disney Plus. I literally say it every episode.
And if you haven't watched WandaVision already, please watch it. It is an amazing series. It just finally ended. And next week we got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's going to be amazing.
Oh yeah, that does come on. Okay, can we talk on the air right now? Let's talk about Little WandaVision. It was a really great show. I really was into it. The last episode to me was a little bit of a letdown, but it wasn't the same criticism that fans are leaving online. Like, I'm not one for theories. I didn't even know these theories. I think that's dumb to hate it because their made-up theory didn't come true. How is that the show's fault? You're the one that made up the theory. For me, I felt like something about the last episode was like rushed. Like it was to me, it felt a little rushed, and like the directing was like it didn't feel the same as the rest of the series. It was kind of like all over the place, and like there's a lot of cheesy moments. And I was like,
it wasn't cheesy moments. I've seen some people complain it was too much action. I was like, bitch, it's a superhero show. It's supposed to have action. What?
Maybe what they mean is like it felt rushed because like it wasn't that too much action for me, but like the action just kind of came out of nowhere, and it wasn't like it was just like some of it just came across as like random action with no story, like not no story, but like they were just really rushed. But it wasn't
I
like
don't know.
bad. It was still a good episode. It was just like, oh,
Yeah, I loved it, but
kind of made me cringe. Some parts did make me cringe, but it was still good.
yeah, it was one of my favorite shows. But yeah, we'll talk about that another time. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe and the share. If you're watching on Facebook, please like, comment, share. We appreciate it. That's all I got for today. Next week we'll be back with some regular topics and our hot takes that we've been ready to pop off for y'all.
Yeah, and then just along the lines of saying like and comment if you have any suggestions for any other topics you'd like to hear us talk about. I know we got one last time talk about the Amish.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
But like how? What would we talk about?
I got it. We can do this.
Okay. If you have
Matter
any
of fact,
that'd be good.
next week, shout out to Ricky Hondo. We will talk about the Amish on the segment next week.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Hondo.
All right, well, that's gonna be it for today. I was about to say your co-host Rick Reese. I'm your host Rick Reese. This is your co-host Ja.
Bye.
Till next week. Bye.
Bye.